Mr. Secretary, do you envision that this would be constructing a very different bridge going forward? You referenced the 1970 state of affairs then. Do you believe it would be an entirely new span, and would you envision different safety mechanisms as you are assessing this at this point?
I can't speculate on that. What I will note is that some of the other bridge collapses that were of these proportions, notably the Minnesota bridge collapse, happened because of a design flaw and the bridge spontaneously collapsed. This is, of course, not that. This was the result of an impact. But we don't yet know what NTSB will find or how that might inform plans going forward.
And based on what you've seen so far, do you recommend that any other spans take any steps based on what we've learned about however remarkably unusual it was for that impact? Do you think there need to be different steps to protect other spans going forward?
Some modern bridges around the world, especially after the 1980 Tampa incident, have been designed with different features to mitigate impacts and protect their piers. Right now, I think there's a lot of debate taking place among the engineering community about whether any of those features could have had any role in a situation like this. Again, it's difficult to overstate the impact of this collision. We're talking about, it's not just as big as a building, it's really as big as a block. 100,000 tons all going into this pier all at once. But one other thing I would add, more broadly speaking, is that the President's infrastructure package has the first ever dedicated federal fund for resilience. Largely that's been construed in terms of seismic resilience and resilience in the face of extreme weather events, but certainly something we'll be looking at going forward, knowing what we've experienced in Baltimore.
And lastly, the status of the crew of the cargo ship. Maybe the Vice Admiral is better suited for that. Are they still on board, and are they fully cooperating with what you need?
The crew is cooperating with what we need. They remain on board, and predominantly an Indian crew with one Sri Lankan crew member on board, but they're still there and very much engaged in the dialogue and the investigation.